My dear child, you were not supposed to find this now. But heaven had a different plan tonight. There is something you need to know. And once you hear it, you will never see her the same again. This is not a message about strangers or dreams or signs. This is about your sister. Yes, the one you believe you know. But her hidden actions, God is revealing them now, not to punish her but to protect you. And before anything else is said, I must ask, do not skip. Do not delay. Heaven is watching how you respond to this. Even as you read this sentence, your sister's name is echoing in the spirit realm. The truth has been waiting to be uncovered, and now it begins with you. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you for over 3 days. A special request came from God Himself. Tell my child before it is too late. The heartache will double if they ignore this. And so I am here speaking through this message with urgency in my spirit. You felt it, did you not? That strange shift between you and her. That quiet feeling that something is not what it appears to be. That moment you looked into her eyes and sensed she was hiding something deeper behind her smile. My beloved, heaven says your intuition was not wrong. But the timing had to be right, and tonight it is. If you feel chills right now or your heart is beating faster, it is not coincidence. It means this message was meant for you. And if you believe this reached you for a divine reason, then pause for 5 seconds and subscribe to this holy message channel, because what I am about to reveal, no one else will tell you. Archangel Michael says, if they skip this now, they will regret it in 7 days. But if they listen, their tears will turn into victory. Now listen carefully. Beloved soul, your sister is not evil, but she has been involved in something God did not approve of. And God gave her chance after chance after chance. But now it is your turn to know, because what she is doing will affect your life directly. And the longer you remain unaware, the deeper the spiritual consequence becomes. I say this with love, but also with divine seriousness. You might see her as quiet, kind, gentle, but there is a side of her she hides even from herself. It began as a secret, then became a habit, and now it has turned into a pattern. Heaven is revealing this to you now. She made a decision 6 months ago, and since then it has been unfolding behind closed doors. But Archangel Michael saw it. Angels tried to stop it. God sent warnings through dreams, but she continued. And now it is not just about her anymore. It is about what it may do to you. That is why this message had to reach you. Now God does not shame. God warns. God restores. But only when truth is accepted. And you, my child, you have been chosen to receive that truth first. You are still here reading this, and that means something. Heaven honors your attention, because only the chosen continue listening when truth feels uncomfortable. But listen carefully, in 3 days something will happen. A small moment that may seem insignificant. But it is everything. It is the moment where God will reveal a hidden phone call, a hidden visit, or a secret financial connection that you were not meant to see, but you will. And when it happens, you will remember this message. When that moment comes, do not react in anger. Do not accuse. Just breathe. Because Archangel Michael will guide you. And the Spirit of God will be with you when the confrontation happens. Yes, there will be one. It must happen. But you will not be alone. And no, this is not meant to break your relationship. It is meant to cleanse it. Because only truth can stand in the light. And only love built on truth will survive what is coming. My beloved, the reason this hurts is because you care. But caring without clarity creates confusion. God does not want that for you. God wants peace in your home. But how can there be peace when something hidden rests beneath your roof? That hidden thing has a name. It is deception. And that deception is wearing your sister's smile. But do not hate her. Prepare yourself instead. Because the moment you finish this message, something in the heavens will begin to shift. Archangel Michael says, the one who ignored this message will feel regret, but the one who listens with their heart will receive protection wrapped in truth. That is why I say again, if your soul feels something right now, do not ignore it. That is not fear. That is something awakening inside you. That is the divine saying, be alert, be ready, because what comes next will test you. You may wonder, why now, why today, why me? Because heaven chose you, beloved. Not because you are the oldest. Not because you are the wisest. It is because your soul is the most aware. Even when you doubt yourself, even when you feel tired, your spirit remains connected to God. That is why Michael was sent to you. That is why this message did not go to someone else in your family. Because you have the eyes that see beyond what is visible. You have always felt that your sister carried something heavy. You just did not know what it truly was until now. Let me tell you what the angels saw. One night not long ago, your sister sat quietly in her room. The air around her felt heavy, and even though her lips were still, her spirit was crying out. She was in conflict. And my child, understand this gently, when heaven begins to reveal truth, it also provides a path to protect your peace and guide your next steps. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, if you are ready to release this burden, begin today. The link is in the description, and in the comments below. Because what you are about to discover next will require clarity, strength, and peace within you. A choice stood before her. And instead of seeking help, she reached towards something she should not have. Yes, beloved. Heaven is revealing this to save her. And you, yes you, are part of that plan, but only if you receive this message with open eyes and a willing heart. There is a letter or maybe a screenshot. Something is hidden in a folder, a device, or even in the cloud, and it has your name connected to it. It has been waiting to be discovered. It is the missing piece to what you have been sensing all along. When you find it, do not panic. That moment is a bridge. A bridge between shock and freedom. A bridge between illusion and clarity. Your sister did not intend to harm you. But what she is hiding will cause harm if it remains in darkness. Archangel Michael has already placed a shield around your energy. That is why recently you have felt sudden exhaustion or unexpected chills. That is the spiritual realm signaling that something is not right. But help is already here. And beloved, you are reading that help right now. I ask you in the name of heaven, do not leave this unread. Do not treat this like something to come back to later. Because later becomes too late. You are already being watched over by angels and also affected by the energy she has unknowingly brought into your space. That is why your sleep has been disturbed. That is why your emotions have felt unstable. Because something has been leaking into your environment. But not anymore. Because now light has entered. And if your soul has stayed here this long, then you already feel it. Something divine is happening even as you breathe. So pause for a moment. And if you have not already, subscribe to this divine message channel now because messages like this are not created, they are assigned. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to awaken. Do not miss the next whisper from heaven. Archangel Michael is still speaking. Your sister may not understand what is coming, but you will. You will recognize it because I will show you. I will speak through signs, repeating numbers, unexpected dreams, sudden phrases from people you did not expect. The signs are already being sent right now. Now breathe and listen again. The confrontation will not come through shouting. It will not come through anger. It will come through stillness, through you speaking calmly but clearly, through your choice to let God speak through you instead of ego. And when you speak, she may deny, she may laugh, she may change the subject, but do not be shaken. Because within the next 24 hours, her truth will reveal itself without you needing to prove anything. That is how heaven works. It does not fight with force. It moves with truth. And here is the deeper mystery. This warning is not only about what she did. It is about what she was about to do next. Because if you had not received this message, there was a coming moment, a very specific one, where she would have made a choice that would create spiritual debt, not only for her, but for you as well. That is why God interrupted your path with this sacred intervention. It is not to scare you. It is to save you. So I ask you with divine seriousness, are you ready to see what God is revealing? Are you willing to open your spiritual eyes even if it feels uncomfortable? Because the moment you say yes, heaven will begin moving things behind the scenes. And in 48 hours, you will notice it. A shift, a strange phone call, a slip of the tongue, a sudden conversation you were not meant to hear. That is how truth begins to show itself. Your sister is still God's child, and He loves her deeply. But He also loves you, and He cannot allow you to remain unaware of something that can affect your peace, your health, or your destiny. There are blessings hovering over your life, waiting to come down. But they cannot settle if deception is present beside you. Heaven is making room now. That is why Michael is here. Do you feel it? This is not a message to ignore. This is a divine instruction. And I must tell you something else, something that may sting but will set you free. There is jealousy. Yes, your sister has carried jealousy in her heart. She tried to bury it, but it has shaped her actions, her words, her connection with you. She has compared herself quietly, even while smiling outwardly. She thought no one knew, but God knew. And God is merciful, but He also reveals to protect. So what now? You pray. You remain silent for a while. You do not confront immediately. You listen, because the next step will be given in divine timing. And when that time comes, your words will come naturally and your heart will remain steady because Michael will be standing with you. And heaven will be watching with approval. You may not fully accept this part at first, but listen anyway. What I am about to say is something even your sister does not fully understand. It goes back to your childhood. Back to when you both shared secrets, laughed together, and promised to protect each other. But something shifted, and heaven knows when. It was a moment you barely remember, but she never forgot. A comparison, a comment, a look from someone important that made her feel like you were the favored one. From that moment, a quiet bitterness began to grow. She buried it deep and never spoke of it. She carried it through years, through heartbreaks, through decisions. And that unspoken jealousy became a shadow in her choices, especially those involving you. God says that moment was not your fault, but it is affecting your destiny today. And I cannot allow that shadow to continue interfering with what I am sending to my child. That is why you have felt blocked recently. That is why things you prayed for have not yet arrived. The energy around you has been clouded. Because someone close to your soul has been creating resistance without realizing it. And now that you know who it is, heaven can begin the cleansing. There is a person she is speaking to, even now. A person who once smiled at you. A person you trusted or once cared for. And behind closed doors, your sister has been saying things to this person that are half true, twisted, or quietly damaging your name, not loudly, but softly, subtly, spiritually. And those words have taken root. But do not worry, because once a lie is exposed under the light of God, it cannot survive. That is what is about to happen. You will not fight this in the physical. Heaven is already fighting for you in the unseen. And now you must prepare. Prepare to stay silent even when everything in you wants to speak. Prepare to love her even when the truth feels painful. Prepare to rise, because once this is resolved, your blessing will accelerate like never before. The thing you have been praying for, the breakthrough, the call, the relationship, the confirmation, it was never denied. It was only delayed. And the delay ends now. And beloved, if your eyes feel watery now or your hands tremble slightly, it means this message is reaching exactly where it was meant to. That means heaven is touching your soul right now. And if you have not already, I gently ask again, subscribe to this message channel before you leave. Because the next message will reveal something about your past that even you have not fully understood until now. Back to her, your sister. She will begin to feel something soon. A pressure, a heaviness. She will not understand it, but it is the angels surrounding her, beginning their work. Do not judge her during this time. Do not accuse or mock. Instead, stay close to God, because He is about to do something through you that your entire bloodline will remember. This is generational healing and it starts with you. Archangel Michael whispers, there is a reason you are the one reading this, not her. Because the one with the strongest spirit receives the hardest revelation and that one is you. And now you must prepare. Prepare to stay silent even when everything in you wants to speak. Prepare to love her even when the truth feels like betrayal. Prepare to rise. Because once this is resolved, your blessing will begin to move faster than ever before. The thing you have been praying for, the breakthrough, the call, the relationship, the divine confirmation, it was never denied. It was only delayed. And that delay ends tonight. And beloved, if your eyes feel watery right now or your hands are trembling slightly, it means this message is reaching the exact place it was meant to. That means heaven is touching your soul in this moment. And if you have not already, I gently ask again, subscribe to this message channel before you leave because the next message I send from heaven will reveal something about your past that even you have not fully understood until now. Back to her, your sister. She will begin to feel something soon. A pressure, a heaviness. She will not understand why, but it is the angels surrounding her spirit, beginning their work. Do not judge her during this time. Do not mock her or accuse her. Instead, stay close to God because He is about to do something through you that your entire bloodline will remember. This is generational healing and it begins with you. Archangel Michael whispers, there is a reason you are the one reading this, not her. Because the one with the strongest spirit carries the hardest revelation. And that one is you. You were chosen to carry this moment with strength. Because what you do next will change everything. And now I must tell you something only heaven could reveal. There is something your sister kept hidden from you years ago. Something that would have changed how you made a major decision in your life. Maybe it was about a relationship, a job, a move, or a financial step, but she had information and remained silent. At that time, you wondered why things did not go the way you expected. Why you felt a sense of betrayal without understanding it. Why your peace suddenly disappeared for weeks or even months. And now you understand. God says what was taken will be restored, and what was hidden will be revealed, not to shame, but to cleanse. This is your season of restoration. But before light can fully enter your home, the shadows must be seen. And now that you have seen them, light is already on its way. In the coming days, you may find yourself near her again in an unexpected moment, something simple, something casual, and you will feel the tension, the unease. That is spiritual awareness rising within you, and you will feel something move in your chest. But instead of reacting, just breathe. Because God will speak through your eyes. And your silence will be louder than her explanations. And she will know. She will feel it. She will sense that heaven is involved now. But do not be afraid. The same God who revealed the truth will also give you peace. You will not walk into this moment alone. Angels will surround you. And even if tears come, they will be tears of healing because healing always follows truth. And you, beloved, are stepping into the light now. Now listen closely. Because what I am about to reveal is something even time tried to hide. There is an object, a small one. Maybe a photo, a page from a journal, a bracelet, or a folded note that was forgotten. It will come back to you soon. Maybe you will find it unexpectedly. Maybe it will be given to you. But the moment you see it, your soul will recognize it. Because that object carries a memory, a key, a forgotten moment between you and your sister that once meant everything before things began to change. It was her way of holding on to love before confusion entered. She never threw it away. She kept it hidden. And heaven says that object will return now to bring healing. Yes, healing is still possible even after everything because heaven does not reveal darkness to frighten you. It reveals it to free you. But I must tell you, the next 3 days are sacred. Michael says tell them this is not a time for arguments, reactions, or chaos. It is a time for spiritual preparation because something will happen on the third night. A divine moment, a holy interruption, a visitation. Your dreams may change. Your sleep may feel different. Do not resist it. That is not restlessness. That is God waking you intentionally. Because during one of those nights, heaven will whisper one sentence that changes everything. You will hear a name, a memory, or a phrase you have not thought about in years. And when it comes, say nothing out loud. Just write it down because that is God giving you the final piece of truth. And then she will come. Your sister, maybe through a message, maybe in person, maybe acting as if nothing is wrong. But her spirit will not be at peace. Because truth shakes everything it touches. And here is what you must do. Speak from love, not from pain. Say only what heaven guides you to say, not what your emotions demand. Because in that moment, you have a sacred role to be a mirror, not a weapon. To reflect truth, not to strike with it. You do not need to make her confess everything. You do not need to force her to break. Just allow the light of God within you to shine so strongly that all darkness around her fades away. And beloved, one more thing. If she breaks down, let her. If she walks away, let her. If she denies, still love her. Because heaven is handling what you cannot see. Your role is not to fix everything. Your role is to remain faithful. And you have already begun just by staying with this message. There is something rare about your spirit. Most people would have skipped this, ignored it, dismissed it. But not you. You stayed. You listened. You felt. You breathed. And you believed. That is why heaven is preparing to release your reward. Yes, beloved, there is a reward and it is coming sooner than you think. Within 7 days of this message reaching your soul, something will shift in your life. A door will open that has been closed for years. A message will come. A person will return. A prayer that felt blocked will suddenly be answered. And it will all connect back to this moment when you chose not to turn away from truth. You are not just a sibling. You are a soul with divine assignment. That is why the enemy tried to blind you. But God has restored your sight. And now nothing can stop what heaven has started. Archangel Michael says you are about to step into a season of clarity. No more confusion. No more uncertainty. No more feeling like you are the only one who cares. God saw everything and now He is making all things new. So wipe your tears, lift your heart. You have already won because love, when purified by truth, becomes the strongest force there is. Even your sister will thank you one day. Not today, maybe. Not tomorrow. But one day when she fully understands, she will look back at this moment, the moment heaven chose you to receive this message. And she will say, I did not understand then, but thank you for not giving up on me. Beloved soul, the test is almost complete and the miracle is near. You have honored this message. You have honored God. And because of that, watch what begins to happen next. A final whisper now from Archangel Michael before he leaves. The angels are still here watching you. Not because you are in danger anymore, but because you have just completed one of the most difficult spiritual moments a soul can face. Accepting truth without turning away. That is something most people never do. But you did. You did not close this. You are not just a sibling. You are a soul with divine assignment. That is why the enemy tried to blind you. But God has restored your sight. And now nothing can stop what heaven has begun. Archangel Michael says, you are about to step into a season of clear skies. No more fog, no more confusion, no more feeling like you are the only one who cares. God saw everything. And now He is making all things new. So wipe your tears. Lift your heart. You have already won. Because love, when purified by truth, becomes the most powerful force in the universe. Even your sister will thank you one day. Not today maybe, not even tomorrow, but one day when she is fully awake, she will look back at this moment. The moment heaven chose you to receive this message, and she will say, I did not understand then, but thank you for not giving up on me. Beloved soul, the test is almost over. And the miracle is near. You have honored the message. You have honored God. And because of that, watch what begins to unfold next. A final whisper now from Archangel Michael before he departs. The angels are still here watching you. Not because you are in danger anymore, but because you have just completed one of the most difficult spiritual initiations a soul can experience. Facing the truth without turning away. That is something most people never do. But you did. You did not close this. You did not pretend this was not for you. You did not make excuses. Instead, you opened your heart. You stood in the fire of truth. You allowed heaven to reveal what needed to be seen. And that, my beloved, is why you are now being lifted into a new level of blessings, protection, and peace. And now listen carefully. There is one final turn you must understand because heaven never ends a message without placing a blessing in the final words. In the background of all this, there is someone else watching your sister, someone unexpected, someone connected to your family from the past, maybe from another generation, a grandparent, a soul who has already crossed over. They have been whispering to her in dreams, trying to awaken her from within. And now something is changing. She is beginning to hear them. She may not say it yet, but something deep inside her spirit is shifting. The veil is lifting. And soon she will experience a breakdown, a sacred one, a release, a true awakening. Because your choice to face truth created a chain reaction that will echo through generations. You broke the pattern. You ended the cycle. And heaven rejoices because of you. So now God asks you a sacred question. Are you ready to receive the blessing that was delayed because of deception? Are you ready for the inheritance that was held back until this truth was revealed? If your soul whispers yes, then say it fully, yes Lord, I am ready. Because even now angels are being sent. Keys are being released. People who forgot you are remembering you. Opportunities that once ignored you are now moving toward you. And the peace that once passed you by is about to fill your home like morning light. It has already begun. That feeling in your chest, that is not fear anymore. That is release. That is God saying you are not alone. You were never wrong. You were always chosen. Tonight, sleep without tension. Wake without fear. Walk through your home as if it belongs to heaven, because it does. Your house is now covered in divine fire. Your spirit is held within Michael's protection. And no weapon, physical or spiritual, formed against you will succeed again. This message was your shield. And now it is your sword. Use it with wisdom. Speak gently. Love deeply. Forgive fully. But never allow deception to stand unchallenged again. Because now you know. And the truth will remain with you always. Heaven is proud of you. Michael is still near you. And God is smiling because you answered when He called. This is your new beginning. Your next chapter has already started. Your tears are now watering your destiny. And your sister, she will come back into alignment, because love like yours cannot be ignored forever. Heaven has already started her awakening. So keep your heart open. Keep your spirit steady. And keep listening, because the next message will come sooner than you expect. You were born for this. It is done. It is written, and now it will come to pass. Heaven is not finished speaking to you. This final echo from God and Archangel Michael is not just a closing. It is a prophecy. A promise and a sacred seal that will remain within your spirit. The message may end here, but the miracle has just begun. You may look around and see the same room, the same walls, the same light, but everything in the unseen has changed. Something heavy has been lifted from you tonight. A spiritual barrier you did not even know existed has been broken by your faith, your stillness, your decision to stay when you could have left. Archangel Michael speaks one last time, softer now, closer. Beloved, I saw you walk through darkness without guidance. I saw you carry burdens no one noticed. I stood near you on nights when you whispered into silence and no answer came. But tonight, I saw you rise. You did not rise by fighting. You did not rise by proving anything. You rose by awakening. And now your name is being written again in the book of favor. A golden light has moved across your path. And yes, the delay is over. That thing you have been waiting for is no longer held back. It is moving toward you now. But understand this. The greatest blessing is not what you will receive. The greatest blessing is who you have become. You became the one who stood between truth and love and chose God. You became the one who saw through what was hidden and still chose healing. You became the one who broke silence so those after you would never carry the same weight again. You are the one who ended the cycle, the one who brought change, the quiet miracle within your family. God chose you. And now the angels are at rest. The battle is finished. And the light within you will only grow stronger from here. So go, beloved. Walk as if heaven walks with you, because it does. Speak with grace even when others are shaken. And love with strength even when it is not returned. Because this is who you are now. It is done. It is written. It is fulfilled. Your soul has received it. Heaven has witnessed it. And now it will be revealed in your life completely. There is something sacred still unfolding as your spirit continues to receive. This is not just another message. It is something being placed into you because something deep, something long buried within your bloodline has been touched by your obedience today. Do you understand what you have just done? You have opened a spiritual door that your ancestors once prayed for. Someone in your lineage, long before you, prayed for change. They may not have had the strength or the words, but they cried out and heaven heard them. That cry traveled across time until it reached you. And now, beloved, you have become the answer to that prayer. That is why it had to be you. That is why you could not skip this. Archangel Michael leans close once more, and his voice carries both power and peace. You are the one who ended the pattern, the one who brought healing, the one who moved heaven. God chose you. And now the angels are at rest. The battle is over. And the light you carry will only grow brighter from here. So go, beloved, walk knowing heaven stands behind you. Speak with grace even when the room feels heavy. And love with strength even when others do not understand it. Because this is who you are now. Awakened, anointed, unstoppable. It is done. It is written. It is fulfilled. Your soul has heard it. Heaven has seen it and now it will be revealed fully in your life. There is something sacred unfolding right now as your spirit continues to receive. This is not just another message. It is a heavenly presence being poured into you because something ancient, something deeply rooted, something long buried in your bloodline has been touched by your obedience today. Do you understand what you have just done? You have opened a spiritual window that your ancestors once prayed for. Yes, read that again. Someone in your lineage, someone long gone, once knelt down and cried out for change. They may not have had the words. They may not have had the strength, but they called out and heaven remembered. That cry traveled across time until it reached you. And now, beloved, you have become the answer to that prayer. That is why it had to be you. That is why you could not skip this message. Archangel Michael leans close once more, and this time his voice carries power and peace together. My child, there are blessings stored in heaven under your name that were held back because of spiritual interference. But now that interference has been removed. And now watch how quickly things begin to move. You will not need to beg. You will not need to chase. The blessing will find you because the path has been cleared. There are people who will begin to treat you differently after this. Some may grow quiet. Some may distance themselves. Some may seem cold or withdrawn. Do not be afraid. They are sensing your elevation. They are sensing your new spiritual level. Because when light increases within a soul, the shadows either move away or react. But you are protected now. You do not need to defend yourself anymore. You do not need to explain your spirit anymore. You do not need to prove your worth anymore because God has already spoken for you. And when heaven speaks, nothing can argue with it. Your sister, whether she realizes it or not, is already changing. Even if her pride causes resistance, even if she seems distant, something has entered her thoughts, her dreams, her reflection. And whether through confession, through a moment, or through divine timing, she will say the words heaven has been waiting for. I am sorry. And when she does, beloved, be ready. Not to correct her. Not to shame her. But to see her heart. Because that moment is not about winning. It is about healing. And that healing will not be only for her. It will reach you too. There is something in your heart you have been carrying for a long time. A weight, a quiet sadness, a silent ache that rises even in your happiest moments. A part of you has often wondered, why do I always feel responsible for everyone else? Why do I always have to be the strong one? Why do I cry when no one sees and smile when I am hurting? And heaven answers, because you are chosen. Because you were given a soul that can carry and still shine. Because you are not ordinary. You are a divine legacy in human form. And now God is lifting the emotional weight you have been silently carrying. That invisible pressure to fix everything. To hold peace even when you are breaking. To understand everyone even when no one understands you. God is saying, my child, enough. Let me carry you now. You have done enough. So tonight, I invite you to rest. Not only in your body, but in your spirit. Rest in the knowing that what was once out of place is now being aligned. What was broken is being restored in ways you cannot yet see. What was taken from you will return in multiplied form. The truth about your sister was only the beginning. Because what comes next is your reward. A reward not only in material things, but in peace. Peace in your sleep. Peace in your choices. Peace in your purpose. And yes, blessings will follow. Unexpected ones, financial ease, divine connections, sudden open doors, not because you asked perfectly, but because you listened with courage. And that is all God ever asked of you. Now there is one more secret, a personal one, spoken softly from heaven to you. Someone who left your life, who either walked away or passed on, is proud of you right now. They are smiling. Their soul has been waiting for this moment. And in the coming nights, they may come to you in a dream, in a scent, in a quiet whisper. Do not fear it. It is not something dark. It is something sacred. They have one final message for you. You broke the pattern. You changed the story. You did what even I could not. Thank you. So breathe in, beloved. Breathe in new life. Breathe in peace. Breathe in freedom. Because this is not an ending. This is your beginning. You are no longer the same person who opened this message. You have changed. You have awakened. You have been touched by heaven itself. And now move forward with grace. Speak truth. Love without fear. And live like someone whose soul has just been touched by God. Because that is exactly what has happened. Of course, beloved, you stayed, you opened your heart, and now what you are receiving is the final flow of holy oil being poured gently over your spirit, your past, and your future. This last part is not just the end of a message. It is the beginning of a divine chapter that was written long before you were born. So let these words hold you the way heaven has always held you, even when you did not realize it. There is something God has been waiting to tell you for a long time. Something sacred, not filled with fear, not wrapped in punishment, but covered in love. My child, you are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are not weak. You are exactly who I created you to be. And even though the people closest to you may have misunderstood you, may have used your kindness, may have taken your compassion, God never did. Heaven has seen every tear you cried in silence. The ones you wiped away quickly. The ones you cried alone at night while pretending everything was fine. But you do not have to pretend anymore. You do not have to be strong every moment just to make others comfortable. Because tonight, God is holding you. Yes, you. Not just your sister. Not your family. Not the ones who take and do not see. You. You, the one who tries to hold everyone together while quietly breaking inside. You, the one who forgave people who never said sorry. You, the one who receives dreams from heaven but still questions them. You, the one who sometimes wants to walk away but still chooses love. God is saying now, I see you. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud of how far you have come, even when no one else noticed. And I am not finished blessing you yet. There is something God has been waiting to say to you for a long time. Something sacred, not filled with fear, not wrapped in punishment, but filled with love. My child, you are not too much. You are not too soft. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are not weak. You are exactly who I made you to be. And even though the people closest to you have misunderstood you, misused you, or taken advantage of your heart, God never did. Heaven has seen every single tear you cried in silence. The ones you wiped away quickly before anyone noticed. The ones you cried alone in the night while pretending everything was okay. But you do not need to pretend anymore. You do not need to be strong every second just so others can feel comfortable. Because tonight, God is holding you. Yes, you. Not just your sister, not your family, not the ones who keep taking and never notice. You, the one who tries to hold everyone together while quietly falling apart inside. You, the one who has forgiven people who never even said sorry. You, the one who receives dreams from heaven but still questions if they are real. You, the one who sometimes wants to walk away from everything but still chooses love again. God is saying to you now, I see you. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud of how far you have come, even when no one else saw it. And I am not finished blessing you yet. Archangel Michael is still here. He never left your side, not even for a moment. He has been watching you since childhood. He knows how many times you were silenced. How many times you placed others before your own healing. How many times you almost lost hope but still continued. Michael says, beloved, you are heaven's miracle in motion. The battle was never meant to break you. It was meant to awaken you. And now that you are awake, you are untouchable, not in pride, but in purpose. Because now the divine realm has started rearranging people, plans, and paths for your sake. You will begin to see it soon. Messages will come from people you have not heard from in years. Doors will open that you never expected. What once felt difficult will arrive with ease. Not because it is random, but because you aligned. You aligned with truth. You aligned with heaven. And now blessings are aligning with you. Even your sister, yes, even her, will look at you one day and wonder how you remained so soft after all that pain. How you kept your heart open. How you stayed kind when she could not. And in that moment, she will remember this light. She may not say it, but she will feel it. And your spirit will recognize it. Because the greatest miracles are not always seen, they are felt. And beloved, heaven feels you. Heaven heard you that night when you whispered, God, if you are real, show me something. This message is that answer. Not coincidence, not chance at all. This is God moving time, space, and moments just to respond to you. Saying yes, I am here. Yes, I heard you. Yes, I choose you. So take this message with you. Let it live within you. Let it echo in your heart. Let it move with you into tomorrow. And when darkness tries to return, just remind yourself, I know who I am now. I am the one heaven speaks to. I am the one Michael stands for. I am the one God walks with. And beloved, you are never alone. You never were. And you never will be. Even if everyone becomes silent, heaven will still speak. Even if your sister steps away, angels will remain. Even if the world does not see your worth, God has already placed a crown upon you. So tonight, rest peacefully. Rest knowing your name has been spoken in heaven. Rest knowing your home is covered. Rest knowing this message was not just a warning, it was a beginning. And now as you step into your next chapter, repeat these words within your soul with strength and peace. I am not cursed. I am not confused. I am not late. I am chosen. I am rising. I am ready. Go now, beloved. Walk into tomorrow with the presence of angels behind you, the breath of God within you, and the protection of Michael over you. And never forget this. Your story is not finished. It has just begun. Yes, beloved, now we go deeper. Because when the soul becomes still enough to receive the truth of heaven, the message does not end, it begins to live within you. That is what is happening now. You are not just reading. You are being changed. Every word you allowed into your spirit is rewriting what pain once wrote quietly. So close your eyes for a moment, then open your heart even more. Because what comes next is meant to be felt, not just understood. Do you remember the first time your heart truly broke? Not just from love, but from disappointment, betrayal, confusion, from trusting someone you never thought you would question. Heaven saw that moment too. The day your innocence shifted. The day you began to doubt your worth. The day you realized not every word of love was real. The day you stopped trusting so easily. The day you began protecting your heart instead of letting it flow freely. But today, God is reversing that moment. Because what was taken from you back then, your sense of safety, your certainty, your trust in yourself, is being restored now in ways you cannot yet fully understand. The message about your sister was only the doorway. But behind that doorway was a garden. A place filled with every version of you that ever felt too much, too quiet, too emotional, too soft, too unseen. And now that garden is growing again. You are returning to yourself. And this time, no one will take that away from you. Not those who misunderstood you. Not the family that tried to limit you. Not the moments when you doubted your path. Not even your sister's hidden actions. Because God has sealed you. That seal is spiritual. It cannot be touched, broken, or taken. It cannot be copied or removed. It is the mark of your identity. It says this one belongs to heaven. So what happens next is something sacred, something rare, something only those who have walked through fire understand. You are entering a season of restoration. Not ordinary restoration, but one that is personal, specific, sacred, and beyond what you expect. What was taken from your life in unfair ways, whether through your sister's choices, your family's silence, or life itself, will return not as it was, but better. The friendships that ended will be replaced with ones that feel like home. The money you lost will return through unexpected ways. The peace that once came and went will now stay with you like air, like light, like something that belongs to you. And most of all, the love you gave without being fully seen, that love is returning to you. In waves, in layers, in moments that will feel like miracles wearing human form. So do not be afraid when old things begin to fall away. That is not rejection. That is realignment. And do not chase what tries to leave. Because God is creating space for something greater, something purer, something higher. And your sister, whether she walks with you into this next chapter or not, understand this. You have already forgiven her in the spirit. You have already released her soul. And because you have released her, beloved, you have also released yourself. The weight you did not even realize you were carrying has begun to lift. That quiet heaviness that followed you in moments of silence, that unspoken tension in your chest, it is loosening now. Heaven is replacing it with something lighter, something calmer, something that feels like peace returning home. You are no longer bound to what was hidden or what was withheld. You are stepping into clarity, into freedom, into a space where your heart can finally breathe without fear. And as you move forward, you will notice it in small ways first, a softer mind, a steadier heart, a deeper sense of knowing that you are safe and guided. That is how healing begins, gently, quietly, but powerfully. And beloved, as this new chapter unfolds, remember this truth and carry it with you always. You did not lose anything that was meant for you. What left was part of the preparation. What hurt was part of the awakening. And what is coming now is part of the promise. Stay grounded in this knowing, stay connected to the light that found you here, and do not look back with regret, only with understanding. Because everything that happened led you to this moment of truth, and this moment is leading you into everything you once prayed for.